Destin here at Gamescom 2016. I am here with Rick and Wesley, and you guys have brought Black Desert Online. Now, I already know that this game is absolutely gorgeous, but what are you bringing today to show?
So we have two major content updates that we want to discuss. The first one is the class awakening system. That's where each class is going to be given a new weapon, like a warrior that starts off with a sword and shield is going to end up with a great sword. It's a complete addition, a new layer to the combat system itself.
What are we looking at right here? Which character is this?
Right here, this is the Kunoichi, the female ninja, and this is the ninja class itself.
Okay.
You'll see normally the ninja has a sword and an offhand like a kunai or a star, and with the new awakening system, he's actually wielding multiples. This is the tamer. She now has a staff. It gives her a lot more mobility and a way to control the monsters. You can see how she's executing and fighting against multiple at the same time, and before it just rounds out the class, really. Then this is the warrior using a great sword, going fully offensive instead of relying on a shield and a more turtle-based type of combat.
Got it. A lot faster.
Yes, definitely. So it takes the action combat and it really just pushes it to the next level.
Why did you want to do this with the characters? Give them different avenues to attack, so to speak.
The idea behind it was each class obviously has a strength, and then they come with a weakness as well. That's the typical balancing mechanic. But what we wanted to do was add a way to where players could seamlessly swap back and forth between the old style and the newer style. All of this content is in-game. It starts after level 55, and after you've invested that much time in your class, you can start to feel like you want to try something a little bit different. Well, this awakening system is going to give you that. You'll be able to still have the class that you've grown to know and love and you've invested so much in, but taking advantage of the new weapon, you can start experience gameplay from a new angle.
Got it. So earlier in the trailer, we saw the two new classes that were released in July, correct?
Yeah.
With this new content that opens up these new avenues to attack and use different weapons, when does it drop?
Rick, what dates do we have planned?
So the first one, which will be the warrior, we are planning that one for, if I'm not mistaken, the 31st of August to launch in our normal weekly maintenance. And then I'm not really sure what the schedule after that will be, but I think it will be a weekly or bi-weekly update where we will gradually roll out the awakening classes.
Got it. So, if you go to your YouTube videos and you watch, you read the comments, right away you see a lot of people talking about your microtransaction structure. It seems like people are a little upset. They feel like the game was made pay to win, a lot of people are saying. What would you say to those criticisms?
I mean, I can understand that a lot of people perceive it this way, but if you actually, because this system was actually built into the game already from very early stage and was rolled out at this time. If you now look at how the market self-regulates, you need to sell a lot of premium items in order to get enough silver to do anything meaningful with it. So at the moment, and we are closely looking at how this is unfolding, and we are closely monitoring the in-game economy. But at the moment, I think it's very hard to justify that it's pay to win because the market balances itself out. Another reason why we implemented it is that we want to give players a legitimate way to get silver because our service has a lot of problems with gold selling and real money trade. And additionally, we also have a big part of the community that wants to be able to get access to these items, even though they're not willing to invest into the cash shop. And now they have, after buying the base game, they can basically grind that themselves and obtain everything that's available in the game.
Got it. So with this new content update, that gives you a chance to kind of address these concerns that you're hearing from your community.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything with this next patch?
Well, obviously we will, we are updating the game gradually, and we're making adjustments where we see fit. We also made a limitation in the system, which is unique to our service in North America and Europe, where people can only sell 5 premium items per week. Okay. So we put a lot of limitations in there to make sure that the pay-to-win argument does not hold up.
Got it. Right now we're looking at some of the expanded world. Now you guys are making the game much larger with this new release,
That's
correct?
Yes. The last expansion that we had was the Valencia expansion, and that added the survival-based desert. If you look at that and the overall size of the complete map, the Margoria expansion is going to do more than double it. That's a gigantic ocean, and right here you see that is Port Rat. That is the first place you'll make landfall in the expansion, and that's on the opposite continent.
And what sort of content is going to come along with that? New enemies, new jobs?
There won't be new jobs per se, but the content that is coming with it it's very highly centered around maritime and naval content. You'll have a trade ship, and your guild comes together, you build that, and as a collective, as a group, you go to Port Rat and you can get these resources, and then you actually establish your own trade routes as a guild, and you start hauling that cargo back and forth. It's a way of generating revenue for your guild and prepping for those large-scale wars. Now, the flip side to that is the secondary ship. Well, that's the warship. It comes equipped with 8 cannons, and its primary job is to make sure that those trade goods don't reach their destination. So right there you have 2 different ships that are focused on pretty separate types of gameplay, but they come together to make a really unique experience. It's not something that you're going to do AFK. It's a very involved process. And then outside of that, because all of this is very group-oriented content, with how big the ocean is, it's been littered with wreckage, like sunken ships, etc., and they have treasures that spawn randomly throughout the world. So you can actually become an explorer and start doing deep-sea diving and going out and becoming a treasure hunter if that's what you're interested in. And then the last part that really caps it off is there. You saw it in the clip, the sea monsters. They're gigantic, like just monstrously big, and those are the new type of in-game boss that people will have to head out to the sea to engage. And
also the like the underwater world has also been designed, so it's full of live fish, flora and fauna. So while you're diving, you can actually also explore the underwater world of Black Desert.
What kind of rewards do you get for defeating these colossal bosses?
I'm not sure yet, to be honest. This content is still under development, so a lot of details still need to emerge, so to say. But we hope to be able to announce a little bit more into detail in how these systems are precisely going to work, I'd say around October. And then we hope to be able to launch it in November, but it all depends on localization. And, you know, it's always difficult with a live game, but yeah, we're planning to at least bring it out before the end of this year.
Got it. You launched worldwide in March, correct?
Correct, yes.
What kind of challenges have you faced during that time?
Well, we have a very passionate community, and you know, and the community is also, you know, very vocal, and they have a right to be, of course. So we made some decisions that, you know, that wasn't liked by everybody. So we had some scrutiny around the ghillie suit, which was regarded as a pay-to-win item as well, because it had special abilities, because you could not see the life bar of your adversary. But later we introduced countermeasures for that to balance it all out. And yeah, it's the developers feel, but also our feel that, you know, you need to have like some changes in different classes and some changes also in some of the costumes to make sure that the gameplay is interesting enough for that to happen. But all in all, I think Black Desert Online, both as PvE and PvP, is relatively well balanced.
Got it. And when can we get the naval combat again?
I think, this is my hope, I think it will be in November.
Got it.
But our plan is to release it before the end of this year. But again, you know, it all depends on how fluent the localization will go and you know, the problems the developers will face in developing this content. But it is nearly done, so we have good hope that we can make it before the end of this year.
Got it. Well, hey, thank you guys so much. I still, to this day, I think your game is one of the most stunning games out there. It looks absolutely gorgeous, and I can't wait to check out the new content. Guys, if you want to know more about Black Desert Online, you can keep it right here at IGN. Thanks, guys.